All right, let's take, I've got a 4 super chat question. Let's try to do these. Did Ayn Rand and Plato agree that the elite of humanity moves society? It's just that Plato believed that this elite should control everyone else, whereas Rand believed the elite should simply be left free to produce and create. All right. No, and a little bit yes. So the core for Plato is not just that the elite move society. The core idea for Plato is that only the elite know the truth. Only the elite can know the truth. Only the elite commune with the world of forms. So only they knew the true nature of reality. So that it's not that they are great producers. It's not that they are great inventors. It's not that they are great movers forward. It's that they are the only ones that have the skill, the ability, the talent to know the truth and therefore guide everybody else in how to live. So we, the people, live in a cave. We only see shadows. We don't know what real reality is like. We don't know. We cannot discover truth. And therefore we need their guidance. For Rand, it's very different. The truth is accessible to everybody. But your ability will determine how much you can produce, how much of your ideas are going to be new, how much you'll innovate, how many new scientific discoveries you will make. And then you're not then supposed to take what you know and tell people about, and they're supposed to just accept it. The whole idea is because the truth is accessible to everybody, you then teach them about the truth. And the truth is accessible to them. And the way you move civilization forward is through education and through production, right? And then you trade with people. And by the way, trade is a way to teach people. So the way I learned that the iPhone is amazing and that I needed an iPhone is by trading with Steve Jobs, right? I didn't know that beforehand. He convinced me through marketing, which people say, oh, marketing, that's not important. No, marketing is education. It's a form of education. It's a form of education about products. Advertising market is a way we learn about what's available out there. And sometimes the low quality of marketing and advertising, like its appeal to base emotions, is a reflection of the baseness of our culture. It's not a reflection of the fact that advertising has to be base. So Ayn Rand's and Plato's conception is completely and utterly different. It's more, and again, Ayn Rand you have varying abilities, right? It's not 0-1. It's not you either commune with the world of forms or you don't. You have variable abilities based on your intelligence, based on how much hard you work, based on how focused you are, based on how motivated you are, based on a lot of different physiological, psychological, and chosen criteria. And, again, it's not, you can't know anything. So Plato is really, really bad. And Ayn Rand is really, really good on this. So Plato's theory leads by necessity to authoritarianism. And Ayn Rand's vision by necessity leads, her epistemological view about who can figure out truth, leads by necessity to a free political system, to capitalism. So the differences are, is ginormous a word? I guess not, but they're enormous. They're really, really big.
And to begin with, I wonder if I can ask you to capsulize. I know this is difficult. Can I ask you to capsulize your philosophy? What is Randism?
First of all, I do not call it Randism, and I don't like that name. I call it objectivism.
All right.
Meaning a philosophy based on objective reality. Now let me explain it as briefly as I can. First, my philosophy is based on the concept that reality exists as an objective absolute. That man's mind, reason, is his means of perceiving it. And that man needs a rational morality. I am primarily the creator of a new code of morality, which has so far been believed impossible, namely a morality not based on faith.
On faith?
Not on faith, not on arbitrary whim, not on emotion, not on arbitrary edict, mystical or social, but on reason, a morality which can be proved by means of logic, which can be demonstrated to be true and necessary.
How does objectivism differ from the philosophies that many of us have been exposed to in our youths? Philosophies based upon religions, theologians, dogmatists.
The very first difference, objectivism tells you that it is not right, it is not proper to man to take anything on faith. Religion is a matter of faith. You accept a religion emotionally or because you were born to it. You have not chosen it rationally. What objectivism will tell you is that reason, man's reason is his basic means of survival. That is the most important faculty which he has, and he has to guide his life and make his choices by means of his rational faculty. He has to make his own choices, but he has to know how to make them. It is immoral for him to act on his emotions, to be guided by the whim of the moment. That objectivism holds as very wrong, very immoral. And morality, in fact, consists of following your reason to the best of your ability. So that rationality is the basic virtue from which all the others proceed.
My morality is based on man's life as a standard of value. And since man's mind is his basic means of survival, I hold that if man wants to live on earth and to live as a human being, he has to hold reason as an absolute, by which I mean that he has to hold reason as his only guide to action, and that he must live by the independent judgment of his own mind, that his highest moral purpose is the achievement of his own happiness, and that he must not force other people, nor accept their right to force him, that each man must live as an end in himself and follow his own rational self-interest.
Tell me the value of selfishness.
Use another word, self-esteem. The value of selfishness is that you esteem yourself as a value, that you live according to your nature, which means by the judgment of your own mind, and you respect your own mind, you respect your own ability to do the right thing, therefore you respect the possibility of being a morally virtuous person, and you regard yourself as a value worth preserving. To make a success of yourself in any line of rational activity is a great virtue. And people will attack you for exercising your ability, for hard work, for consistency, for ambition. And they will want to make you feel guilty of it. That is the greatest evil, according to my philosophy.
And wait, say that again. The greatest evil, according to your philosophy, is to attack an individual because of virtue.
What I call it is to experience or act on hatred of the good for being the good. That is attacking people for their virtues, for their achievements, for anything they have which is a value, actually, not for their flaws and not for their evil. In fact, people who preach that are the ones who are mawkish about the evil people, the failures, the liars, the cheats, everybody who is weak suddenly acquires some kind of value. But anyone who is a success has to be attacked for his success.
And look at how you have been attacked.
Oh, I know.
How you have been criticized. There are many people in this country, forgive me, in this world who think you're daft.
They don't. They want you to sing that.
Using the super chat, and I noticed yesterday when I appealed for support for the show, many of you stepped forward and actually supported the show for the first time. So I'll do it again. Maybe we'll get some more today. If you like what you're hearing, if you appreciate what I'm doing, then I appreciate your support. Those of you who don't yet support the show, please take this opportunity. Go to yaronbrookshow.com/support or go to subscribestar.com, Yaron Brook Show, and make a kind of a monthly contribution to keep this going. I'm not